Good morning, bro. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also fine. Thank you for asking. And how have you been?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah. I was amazing, and these days I was learning something new to enhance my speaking skills. Additionally, I was trying to speak more naturally. Yeah. What about you?
Yes, actually, today also I am not feeling very well because yesterday I went to the night duty. Yeah, I after completing the night duty, just I came at my house around 7:30 a.m. Yeah, and right now also I am free. I am talking to with you.
That's amazing. So, still, you have been working hard to improve yourself. Although you work and now you practice, that's amazing. But for me, I don't have any specific works without studying, so I can focus my full time on it and I can improve myself. And I don't know, like, I can understand my progress, but I would like to understand it properly. Am I improving or not? So, just I think in these days, maybe I have learned something about how to improve English fastly by making a lot of conversation with some new talker who was giving me a lot of informations about improving myself. And I'm just trying to follow their strategy.
Yes, and sir, how is your practice going on?
Yeah, Alhamdulillah, it's going fantastic. Recently, I have started working on the what is the storytelling that will allow me to speak English more naturally and more fluently. For example, when someone else will ask me about specific things, especially on a critical things, I will try to understand that things very easy way. Like I will make a story so that it becomes more easy to understand.
Yes, yes, you are right. Actually, for improving your English skill, always you have to speak stories. Storytelling is very important. Yeah, and always you have to speak about the story. And if you every single day, if you would make this kind of video and storytelling, it will also you will improve it faster. Yeah. Sir, I know about yourself for my viewers. First of all, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Why not? So, my name is Mr. Ahmed. As a profession, I'm a student, and recently I have passed my HSC examination. And right now, I'm just waiting for it to admit in the university. If I talk about my country, I'm from Bangladesh, and I live in village. As well as I have many hobbies such as listening to music, watching television, spending some quality times with my friends and family members. Besides, sometimes I do like spending some like quality times with my friends. Mainly, I like hiking with them. Yeah, that's all.
And sir, you also like watching movie and watching TV. And do you like watching cricket?
Yes, cricket is my favorite. When I was child, I was big fans of it. Suddenly, sometimes I would forget about eating whenever I came back from my school. So that time I would engage in it. Sometimes my mother miscalled me just for playing such kind of sport. She said that actually it's not very important. It's a time to take your lunch and then you can play. But I did not do that. I used to play, and even in Ramadan time, like when we stay fast, we play cricket each other. It's one kind of best way to spend our time.
Yes. I always like playing cricket and playing football. I always like watching cricket. Yeah. But right now I don't play cricket and football because I don't get free time. And I don't watch right now. I don't watch cricket match, but only I always take the news. Yeah, always take the news. And right now also I noticed that and in IPL and T20 match is playing very well. Yeah, right now, and most of the people they are always watching this kind of match. They don't interest they don't interest about the test match. Yeah, but I always that take the news about the test match. Yeah, I always like test match.
That's amazing. I think those sort of fans of cricket, so such kind of people wants to like if they don't have time, so although they just try to know the news. So what happens? Who wins in the match? what happened actually. But for me, for a long time, I don't see cricket match. I was so busy with my works and about improving myself. Once I noticed one thing that if I would like to attempt something new, so I have to sacrifice something. I have to compromise myself with something. So just I have compromised my what to say my a lot of sports, whatever I like to play. But right now I think it's a time for improving myself. And when I will be established, maybe I will have a lot of time and I can get back again. So nowadays, I don't have such kind of opportunity. Even though sometimes I want to play cricket with my friends, but they are not willing. They say I need to engage with other works. It's not a perfect time for playing. And most of the teenagers are right now they are not engaged with any sports. They all the time would like to play any online games. For example, Free Fire, PUBG. They play all the time, and even though some of the teenagers don't go to school and they play all the time, so they are not engaging in any other activities.
Yes, yes, you are right. Nowadays, I notice that in our locality also most of the young boys and girls they are always playing the game, but on mobile phone. Yeah, but they are not playing in any football or cricket in the playground, but they are always playing the game on the mobile phone. But when I was when I was starting in my school life, at that time every single day I used to play football in the morning time, and I used to play cricket in the in the afternoon time every single day. But right now also I don't play cricket and football because whenever I get free time, I always go to the playground. But right now only for chatting with friends. Yeah.
That's true. And sometimes, like, I go on market whenever I saw that any tournaments will happen. It's between maybe cricket or football. Sometimes I feel like once I played such kind of sport, right now I'm just enjoying and I'm just seeing the match. And I just say if I could play again, if I could back to child, so I would be one of the happiest person. And just as I'm just becoming older, I'm just getting a lot of responsibility from my family members. So most of the time, I need to engage with their activity. I'm just trying to help my parents, my grandparents, whenever they need me. So I think from our life's enjoyment, I think what to say, enjoy is just reducing day by day. And I think for you, the same thing happening. Like whenever you think about playing your favorite sport, if you just think, but you can't do that. Sometimes you need to think that what other people will think about it if I do the same thing as child.
Yes, yes, you are right, absolutely. And sir, I also like watching cricket. And sir, who is your favorite cricketer?
Um, okay, so when I used to say is C match, so that time my favorite cricketer was Shakib Al Hassan Mahmudul.
Yes. Sir, I would like to ask one question to you. And for improving your English skill, right now you are practicing with me, and you are making this kind of video every single day. But how many sessions do you take every single day?
All right, actually, I don't have any schedule because I don't have a lot of friends on there. Actually, whenever someone else just to send me a message, I just try to do that. And for example, if one day three of my friends send me a message, so I practice three times. And if there is no one else respond my message, so I don't have any session. But every single day, I just try to improve, just make a suggestion because I believe in that practice makes a man perfect. So I have to practice little bit every day. But for example, if I make a 10 session today, but if I don't do any session the next day, it's not gonna be a smart study. I have to study smartly and have to improve day by day.
Yes, yes. And sir, you are also making this kind of video. And apart from this kind making this kind of video, what do you do for improving your English skill?
All right. So I just try to learn a new word sometimes, and frequently I watch some new drama in English language, and sometimes I work on the pronunciation. I just test myself that how much my pronunciation is correct. And as I mentioned to you before, that I have planned to learn American accent So I'm working on it and just trying to just what to say, learn the proper pronunciation of the specific words so that my sounds looks like more natural and more clear. For that, I work on it. And additionally, sometimes I just try to do shadowing with the native speaker so that I can learn it properly. And whenever I just do that, I just record my voice and I listen so that I can understand in which area and on which specific words I need to work on.
Yes, yes. And sir, when I talked before I talked with you at that time, I noticed that your accent is amazing. Yeah, I like this kind of accent. And sir, first of all, please tell me how did you learn this kind of accent, and what kind of channel do you follow for improve your English skill?
All right. So for improving my accent, I think first of all we need to create an environment or what is the neighborhood in our site. So as I'm from Bangladesh, so it's not possible to create a what to say natural environment over here. If I think it's physical, it's not possible. So I just try to create a virtual neighborhood on myself. For example, to just learn it, I just watch most of the video that's are English based so that I can get a feel that I'm a person who is near to someone or who lives with someone who speaks American accent almost like me. I just try to get feel like that. And whenever I thought about watching a drama or a movie, so I see it in English so that it I feel like that I'm a person whose mother tongue is English. And sometimes whenever I think that I need to work on specific words, so that time I simply search on Google and I just try to know the correct pronunciation of the words. And recently I have changed my phone language, Bengali to English. That's allowing me to feel like just I'm just going to be comfortable with the language. So I'm just doing it.
Yes, yes. And sir, I have one more question to you, and I have talked so many people who are belong to in your country. Yeah, and I noticed that most of the students of your country, they are also learning this language, English language. But what is the reason? Do you know?
Yes, I can guess something because I'm also a student, and in my country, English language are learning of so many students and for various purposes. And as far as I know, most of the students are learning English, especially for their maybe job purposes. And actually, in job, it's not very required, but most of the students in my country are willing to study abroad. So for that purposes, they are learning spoken English at first and then they are studying about IELTS that will allow them for getting a good band score. And by their good band score, they will be able to apply in a good good country. For example, USA, UK, Canada, Australia, and such kind of countries. Students has interest for studying because in my country we know that our educations don't have a value. So if we get out of 100, so it doesn't have any meaning. So that's why most of the students are willing to study abroad. And some of them are interested to be a businessman. You know, a businessman needs to learn a lot of things and needs to know a lot of information. So that's why they are learning seriously, those who wants to be a businessman, because they need to speak professionally and smartly.
Yes, yes, yes. Sir, I have one more question to you. And right now you belong to Bangladesh. I know in your country you also living there. There is your village area, maybe your village area. I belong to village area, and I have been learning this language for a long time, about 1 year. And you are also learning this language about maybe 1 year. And sir, I noticed that who are learning this language for 1 year and 2 years, they are learning this language as well as also they are also teaching. Right now, do you teach?
Not really. I don't teach anyone because I don't get such kind of time for teaching. But yes, actually, I do believe in that teaching is the best way to learn. Why I'm saying that, maybe you have learned 10 words today. right? But whenever it will comes in a real time, you will not be able to use the 10 words in your real time. Maybe you are able to use 1 or 2 words specifically. But if you teach someone the specific 10 words, then you will notice one thing, that whatever you learned recently, you can totally forget, but you will never forget whatever you have teach to someone. So I believe in that, teaching the best way. And another thing is that whenever we study for ourselves, for learning purposes, we never study deeply. But whenever we study for teaching, we need to study deeply, because we really don't know that what types of questions will be asked by our teacher, by our students. So we need to get a lot of informations, we just try to know, try to learn a lot of strategy. If someone else don't understand specific words of area, then we will try to explain in different ways. So that's why, like those who are teacher, you will notice that they have a lot of information and they are capable to teach us one thing in many ways. And I remember, first, whenever I just started improving myself, so that time I did someone for free. Actually, whatever I learned, I just teach them, and whenever they made a mistake in their speaking area, I just correct them. By the way, I think I learned a lot rather than making a casual conversation.
Yes, yes, yeah. It is also a good for your English speaking journey. And sir, I'd like to ask another question to you. A few minutes ago, you have told me the IELTS examination, and in your country, and most of the learner who are learning the language, they are giving the this kind of examinations, IELTS examination, and after giving the examination, they will go, they will go abroad for job purpose. And sir, I would like to ask one question to you. Do you know about the IELTS examination and what is the syllabus of the IELTS examination?
All right, it's quite simple. Actually, recently, not recently, I think around 2 years ago, I also studied about IELTS. My ambition was to study in a different country. Right now, also to have, sometimes I read about it. So, IELTS speaking module is kind of quite simple, like whatever we are talking right now. So, in IELTS, we also do the same thing on a spacing. Okay. So, if I simply explain all the things, on IELTS has 4 parts. First one is speaking, then listening, reading, and writing. You have to give 4 exam. Okay, on that you will get a band score. Like highest band score is 9. So on each part has the highest band score, like 9. So in speaking's part, examiner will ask you a simple question on 3 parts. In a part 1, examiner will ask you some basic information about yourself, like what do you do, what is your hobbies, and something like that. In part 2, the examiner will give you a topic, and you have to talk about 2 minutes on a specific topic. And then in part 3, examiner will ask you 5 to 6 questions. You have to describe the question's answer. This examiner will try to know that how much you are fluent, or how much you are natural or speak confidently with the specific questions. And after that, the examiner will give you a band score on this.
Yes, yes, yes. And are you willing to give this examination?
Yes, I have missions. Additionally, I would like to learn business English. That's more smarter than IELTS. So I have basic knowledge. So whenever I study with the AI, so mainly I study with that what to say on IELTS based, so that a spoken becomes more natural to me. Actually, I feel so good whenever I practice spoken English, because on spoken I can say each and everything whatever I want, but in IELTS I can do that. I need to stop after saying something, so I need to think a lot before answering questions. I need to speak smartly.
Yes, yes. Sir, I'd like to ask another question to you. I have heard that in your country, giving the IELTS examination, you have to pay high, high rupees, high taka, and in your country. And do you know how much money you have to pay for giving these examinations in your country?
Yes, I know that it's around 21,000 taka. If I convert into dollar, it will be around, I think, 200. I think around $200. So it may be ups and downs, but around $200 USD dollar. So I think it's kind of tough to manage. Those are belongs to the village area. But those who are studying a different country, they are normally belongs to a high class family, so they don't have any problems with it. And so such kind of students also can admit in a coaching center to learn all the what to say strategy to get a good band score. For example, if you have a 6 or 6.5, so you can apply for studying in a US or any university. After completing your graduation, you will, I think, this kind of university offers you for doing a job. And even though whenever you have reached this country, you can do a part-time job.
Yes, yes. All right, ma'am. All right, sir. It was nice conversation with you because I actually viewers don't want to watch the long video. Yeah, actually we are talking about around 20 minutes. Yeah, you are also speaking English very well. Your accent is very well. Yeah, I like this kind of accent. Yeah, and thank you for giving your valuable time. Yeah, and I have learned a lot of things from you. All right, sir. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Have a good day.
Yeah, it was really amazing conversation with you. Thank you so much for giving again opportunity to meet with you to share my personal thoughts and opinion. And I hope we'll meet again. Have a great day. All the best.